How's it going, guys? Roogisan here. Welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. I am with Jebediah Kerbin in Lunar 1. He's currently in orbit around Kerbin. We were going to be shooting for the moon. However, I've made the decision to abandon the mission and return him to Kerbin. Because in testing, this next step did not go well at all. I warped around enough so that I got a lunar encounter. It slingshotted me out into an orbit around the sun, and Jeb was never seen again. Obviously, I quite like it. Quite like Jeb, and I'd like to keep him around if possible. But I have taken a new mission to gather science data from Kerbin, from space around Kerbin. So we are going to do that now. Observe the materials bay. And keep that science, and close the doors. Is there anything else we need to do? Can we get a crew report? Crew reporting in from space. Good work. Let's open the service bay here and get some goo. Goo feels right at home. We're gonna close that. That's a fuel tank. That's a service bay with batteries. Sorry, I'm just refamiliarizing myself with the craft. So the engine is currently operational. Then we are going to ditch the engine, the fuel tank and the battery pack. That's going to bring the two science modules back to Earth. But we've got a decoupler and a parachute, so we're going to bring them in separately. And then this main section will come down. Okay, so that's where we were at. Just going to decouple. That's going to deploy. What? Okay, that's going to decouple and deploy. Then that's going to deploy, then those are going to deploy, and then that's going to deploy last. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, a drogue chute. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's bring him home. So to do that, we're going to add a maneuver at the apoapsis, and we're going to bring periapsis in, lower than that. That's a bit too low. Then we go inside the planet. That's very low. 17,000. A little bit more. We want about. That'll do. That shall do us nicely. Warp to next maneuver. Okay, here we go. Let's face the target. We'll just use SAS to point retrograde. Good. Once we're lined up, which we are. Okay, we've got a 55-second burn, so we're going to go about 30 seconds. Or T-minus 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. Let's do the deorbital burn. There's Kerbin. On the outside of the planet, the sun is on the other side, obviously. Almost complete. Should deorbit any time now. And we have, I think. Kerbin periaps is 8,000. That should do us. Okay. Let's speed up time a little and bring ourselves in. Yeah, closer than that. Okay, here we go, 100,000, we can go closer. And we are now in the atmosphere. So, how are we going to do this? We don't want to fire it back out into space, so we're going to face that way and get rid of the fuel. Do we have a heat shield? Yes, we got a heat shield on that section. Now we're going to need to point retrograde. That'd be great. And we're going to attempt to come in through the atmosphere with the lower stage still attached. I mean, this might be an absolute disaster. And we're already spinning. Can we use SAS to bring it back? That's it, we want the heat shield down. Gonna have to keep SAS on, I think. Streaking across the sky now. Come on, Jeb. You look at him, he's happy. Should we EVA? No, probably not a good idea. We've got overheat warnings coming up on a decoupler. This could be disastrous. Can only hope it hangs in there. We just need to get to a safe speed to deploy the something just went up there, probably the fuel stage. Okay, we're slowing quite nicely now. We're not going to land in the ocean. The overheat warning has gone. Okay, we're starting to slow now. As soon as the heat has gone, we'll turn off the SAS. Cool. Okay, that works. Deploy. Get them away to safety. Deploy the drogues here. Start slowing us down. Deploy the main chutes as well. Okay, we've completely lost the control of the parachutes on the other half of this, so hopefully it deploys on its own. Let's speed up. Ooh. Okay, here we go. That thing's coming down pretty quick. I don't think it's going to survive. Oh, I think it might have done. Yeah, I think the other chute has deployed. Moment of truth time. And it looks like it's just going to smash into the ground. Has it? Something went up. Was something survived? I don't know what it was, but... We'll soon find out. And next we're going to discover if all of the science pods survive impact with the command pod here. An excellent test there by Jeb. We'll see what we've learned from this. Perfect landing. Recover the vessel. So Lunar 1 has landed, having failed its lunar mission, but it probably wasn't ready for that. Well, it definitely wasn't. We've got a load of science. 60 science earned. Okay, what survived? Science Junior. Heat shield. So, not entirely sure. Right, welcome once again to the launch, to the runway. We're going to be testing a couple of stack decouplers we've got mounted on the sides here, and we are also going to be doing some observational survey flights. So let's get started. SAS on. It's wanting to lift. SAS off, and we have lift off. A good clean launch. Turn SAS on again while we quickly get our target selected. Activate navigation there. Okay, SAS is coming off. We're going to begin to turn towards our target, which is just to the right of the islands. During testing, I did test this while Jeb was up on Lunar 1, and we did have some issues, I'm not going to lie. Namely Valentina, and I had oh god, stabilize. So Valentina and Bill and Bob, who were inside a passenger cabin for the inaugural flight, crashed on landing. So we are really travelling at speed now. So we've got a ton of parachutes mounted, just so a bit like that does not happen. And can we straighten our wings up here, Jeb? Thank you. Jib's doing a fantastic job in the cockpit. Now let's have a look, see what he can see. Oh, I'm entering the sector, so let us do the crew report. That is now complete. So with that in mind, we'll switch back to the map mode, activate navigation towards that one, and begin our turn. Toggle SAS off here. Toggle it back on because it's much easier to control. Okay. We are entering the zone. Keep. Excellent. Back to the map mode. Oh, okay, and that is the only thing that we've got active. So we're going to turn the SAS off and roll ourselves around. We're losing a lot of speed doing it, but that's fine. We're gaining height. Ooh, okay, this... Okay, we're just going to turn the SAS back on. We are entering the site. And we are going to head back home. In fact, we are going to cut the engines off completely here. Turn the SAS off. Just let ourselves glide. Try and keep the nose up. Over the land now. Deploy the chutes. Deploy the other chutes. That's gone wrong. Oh, it hasn't. We might have rescued it. Shut down the engines. If we put decouplers there, we could have fired the engines off, but it seems like putting explosives on a plane is an unnecessary risk. I wonder if I can adjust the pitch of the planes to send here. Maybe to horizontal. Can I put on SAS? I can! And it will hold it steady. Perfect! Although, yeah, electric charge is going down because the engines aren't working. Okay, we're dropping nicely. Ready to play once we're below 100 meters. There we go. And nicely to a soft landing. Beautifully done.